We've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah. Welcome back to 3x7 Outdoor. Today, we've got a lot of stuff to fix.
We sure do. We need toe links in this Maxx.
We need a pinion gear in both the Sledge and the X-Maxx, and possibly a diff in the X-Maxx as well. We're not sure, so we're gonna put a pinion in it, drive it, see if it still has this clicking sound, and we're gonna make it as fun as we can. So let's go. This Maxx has gotten thousands of views on our channel. We put aluminum parts on it a long time ago, and we said we'd show you how they've held up. And that was a long time ago, like this long.
If you haven't already, be sure to
Smash the bell,
smash
ring the
that.
bell, do what you do. This Maxx has been a great truck for us. That was like 2.5 years ago, and we really owe you an update. So here's the carrier bearings, the steering components, everything that we changed to aluminum. As you can see, they pretty much look brand new still, except being dirty a little bit. There's a little bit of wear in here where this rotates all the time. Really nothing has happened to them at all. They're in near perfect condition. And we bashed the snot out of this truck. Oh. Oh.
Oh! Oh!
Right on the controller. They're proven to be a really good upgrade part. These are the original toe links. And you can see how they're kind of bananaed out. It got to the point where it just won't steer anymore. These pillow balls just don't even stay in anymore. They just pop right out. So you can see how the hole is all stretched out where the pillow ball belongs. So they just kind of rode up and down and didn't really do much anymore and made the steering really impossible. But I prefer the plastic toe links over the metal ones, and we'll tell you why.
While some aluminum parts are a good thing, like these steering blocks right here, some are not. There's some people who like to turn their RC cars like fully metal. Neither of us approve of that. That does not pass 3x7 inspection, because that means that more expensive things are gonna break. These, they're cheap.
They're like $6.
I would much rather prefer, I would much rather, you know how Traxxas plastic is. You hit something, it can like take a hit really well, even right here, and it'll bounce back and be just fine. Traxxas plastics can bend really well and not break.
Right, and those have been in the truck since they were new, since this truck was new.
And if you don't know, this was the first Maxx. This is a V1 Maxx. We did the wide kit on it. We did the wide kit ourselves. Everything is custom.
Yep.
It's the first Maxx on YouTube. These toe links, I was about to say have not, but they really have. It's been a very long time, and we're just now changing them.
Right, they've held up amazingly actually, even though they're kind of useless right now. They've held up amazingly, and they, like we said, they bend instead of break.
Yeah.
The aluminum ones
Just snap because they're so brittle.
and they're $35.
We're fans of keeping things plastic, like the A-arms. I wouldn't want to replace an aluminum A-arm that's just going to break and not flex every time that you land. I would much rather replace something plastic. So it was on October 13th of 2019 that we actually got this car, and I would say they stood the test of time.
That means these suckers lasted 4 years.
I can guarantee you, the way we bash this thing, aluminum ones wouldn't have lasted a day.
Have you seen us drive?
But now, let's install these. Why am I using tires? We have a rotating car stand from Traxxas. Nice. Nice and straight. That's how I want my future kids to be. I don't know, I didn't need to say that. So we already have the old ones taken out, as you probably know, so we're just going to
Pop the screws out.
We're gonna have much better steering after this. Our steering radius was terrible.
It was kind of uncontrollable at the end.
Oh, got her in there.
They are the 119.8 millimeter toe links because this is a wide Maxx.
Maybe some of you still have a stock non-wide Maxx. That's probably a collectible, so comment down below. Do you have a non-wide Maxx? Do you have a V1 Maxx that isn't widened yet? And we're done. Toe links installed. Now let's just get the wheels on. All right, tires are on. it's ready to bash, but first let's do our other cars. All right, now time for the big boy.
Wait a minute. You need the X stand.
Pinion needs to be fixed in this one. It just needs to go in right there. We have all the parts, the old parts right here. Look at that.
That's an 18 tooth.
Absolutely. So we're gonna see if that was our clicking noise. If it isn't, then we're going to check the diff back here.
So we've got this pretty much functioning again. Try to rotate the wheels. They will not rotate. So something is wrong back here more.
While he was doing that, I installed the pinion on here. It seems so much smoother and quieter. We had an old Erevo pinion. I don't know what tooth count it was. Let's see here. This is a 15 tooth pinion, and in the Sledge, it requires a 13 tooth pinion. So yeah, you could say that it was a little bit punchy, and you can see how terribly worn those teeth are. It's like the teeth are warped. The diff is apart.
This is the diff.
The diff is completely apart, and as you can see,
It's fine. Nothing wrong with it.
she spins great.
Works
Smooth.
nice, smooth as butter, bearings are good. But the torque biasing center drive, on the other hand, is another story. Seized bearing,
Oh, the other ones will be fine.
seized bearing,
Well, the last one will be fine.
seized bearing.
All bearings are seized, but that's still not the problem.
This is also seized.
The entire torque biasing center drive is seized. Oh. So you're spinning that.
That's can you see there?
Mhm.
That's turning.
Turning inside of there. So let's see from the top. You're turning it, but the planetary gears, these 4 gears right here, aren't. Is it like the sun gear in the middle of it isn't making connection nice and perfect? So what's going on? So after further inspection, took the planetary gears back out since it was chugging and looked back at this gear. We thought, what if, maybe it's just a little bit worn? Well, we kind of underestimated how much it was worn.
This is metal right here.
You can see how it kind of scoops up. I know this is very zoomed in, but you can see how it kind of scoops up on the end of those teeth. At the end, that's what it originally was.
Right here, it's worn down.
See how much it's worn down? That's crazy.
So we'll have to order some parts.
Well, since the X-Maxx is broken right now, let's get the Sledge and the Max going on the first snow of the year. My batteries just died. We just had 2 batteries die in this, I just put 2 more batteries in it, and apparently they're dead, and then we just put another battery in the Max, and apparently that one's dead after the first one was dead already, so lots of dead batteries. Anyway, I think we should get back in the studio and fix that X-Maxx.
Okay, sure. Well, we had to go to Op for Hobby to get some parts. And now we're ready to finish the job. The gears are completely just ground down to nothing. They didn't really lose any teeth, but they've been in there for 5 years and they don't touch each other anymore.
We are going to be replacing some fluid in here with 20 million weight so that we have power going to the rear differential. Here 7782 is going to go in the bottom of there and right there.
And 5106A is going to go on here because this bearing is also garbage.
So let's get fixing that and we'll be back when something happens. All right, so the full center drive is completely assembled with 20 million weight oil and it's gonna go back into the X-Maxx. Drive shaft out of the way.
There it is.
Boom, sitting right in there.
This will nestle down on top of it once everything cooperates and drive shafts aren't sticking in the way. So that can get sealed back up with those 4 screws. Actually just 2, because this cover goes on to hold the other 2.
All right, so we're just finishing up with the gear cover. We put in the full differential. We put in the center drive, the drive shaft, everything.
Pretty much all new bearings.
So this thing is gonna be driving like it never has before. It's gonna be like brand spanking new. Fresh babies.
The only problem is we don't have any AA.
Moment of truth, turn it on.
Controller on?
Yep,
Ooh, listen to that fan.
sounds like a tipter.
It's trying to do an endo.
Kinda. Oh, what was that?
Front to back,
Gee, that's scary coming at you.
power.
Oh, that scared me. Wow. You're getting good at that.
She's getting pretty hot.
All right, let me try this thing.
Whoa.
Two wheels.
Oh, pinion gear came off.
Oh, you hear that?
Well, that looks like a good time to close it up.
I would say so. Upon further inspection, that pinion is chipped in half.
Brand new pinion.
Gee whiz.
Lost a tooth.
Sadly, pinion
But
broke, but everything else seems to be working.
X-Maxx is back on the road again.
Yeah.
It feels good to drive it again. It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit on the noisy side. I might have to look at the center drive, just see if something's not quite right, but I'm pretty glad that we got it going today.
Well, there you go. That's how you replace all the gears. It wasn't originally going to be a center drive video, but it seemed like
It
that's
turned out to be one.
I think you got dirt on your nose.
Wow.
That's how crazy the
It got deep today.
I would say that the X-Maxx, I would say this video wasn't purposefully, but got centered around the center drive.
Correct.
Okay, anyway.
Like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do.
You know the deal. You know the deal. Make sure to go over to Op for Hobby if you're local to the Elk River, Minnesota area. It's where we get all of our cars.
And parts.
And see you in the next video. 3x7 Outdoors signing out.
Bye for now.